Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday, happy Memorial Day. My name is Carol White. I'm an author, publisher, and I'm the owner of MHB Publishing. And I would like to thank you for joining me on today's segment of When Life Needs a Detox. This is the rescheduled segment from last week. I did have some health issues, a couple of back issues, and I want to thank you all for being so understanding about my having to reschedule, and I want to thank you for all of the get well wishes. I also want to thank other folks on a different level. I'm going to get started right away because it's Memorial Day. If you got cooking to do or you got your laying around that you want to do, I'm going to let you get to it. Okay? But I have an update on my topic from last week, sin versus evil. Which one is forgivable? Now, a lot of you were said I was right on point and that you agreed. You had a few questions, although you did agree with me. But I need to thank 3 people specifically. I have their names here. Mr. Craig Scott, Miss Shirley Kane, and Mr. Sidney P Springs. If you guys are watching, I have to thank you 3 wonderful human beings for the lessons that you made me go learn. It was amazing. Now, I have to explain this. Mr. Scott is an atheist who really has his thing with Christianity is that for him it doesn't make sense. It's a little too inconsistent for him. And the concept of forgiveness doesn't jive with him. And it's okay. I get it because sometimes it don't jive with me either. Miss Shirley Kane was a Christian until she converted to ancestorism, the veneration of our ancestors. I didn't know what that meant, so I had to look it up. And Mr. Sidney P Springs said he doesn't believe, he's not a Christian, he believes in the black man. And I have to be honest with y'all. You know that one threw me. I believe in the black man. Now, I do believe in my black man, but the black man. And I was wondering, is this just something that comes up, or is it actually an ideology? And it is. It's an ideology. You would not believe the information that is out there about other religions. We just don't take the time to learn it or to look at it. Now, let me start with Mr. Craig Scott. Now, he is an atheist. Now, you hear about atheists and the first thing is, oh, they don't believe in God, they hate God, blah, 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 blah. No, they don't. I had to look it up because I really wasn't sure about what it meant to be an atheist. Just someone who doesn't believe in God, that has no belief system. Here, I went on Wikipedia and looked this up. The word atheism comes from the negative a, which is no, and theos, which means God. Hence, in its basic terms, atheism means no God. It's the lack of a belief in a God and or the belief that there is no God. Now, what you also have to look at is they don't recognize any type of deity in their lives. And the reason is because they question the inconsistencies within the religion. And let's face it, y'all, as Christians, if we just telling the honest to goodness truth, there are inconsistencies and hypocrisies that go along with Christianity. Usually, they come when you start putting more emphasis on the man or woman administering the message than what the message is supposed to mean to you. Listen, let's talk. Okay? We're Christians, and we got to go back to the beginning. We weren't born Christian. We were born human. Becoming a Christian and acknowledging Christianity as our religion of choice was just that. It was a choice. We choose to be Christian. We are human by nature. We choose to be Christian. But Christianity isn't so much a religion. Christianity is supposed to be our way of life. Christianity isn't learned in church. Christianity should be learned by you seeing how I treat you, how I treat others, how I treat myself. You're supposed to see God in me. There's a song, a chorus to a song. They will know we are Christians by our love. People have to see Christianity. You can't tell them about it. They have to see it. They have to know it's there. And that's the problem that the atheists have with religion, is the inconsistencies. And they don't hate God. Now, here's the deal. They do not hate God. You cannot hate what you do not acknowledge exists. If you say God doesn't exist, how do you hate what doesn't exist? So they don't hate God. But they do have a set of beliefs. And those beliefs, while they may not be based in Christianity, are very real to them. And they should be respected. Now, my lady, Shirley Kane, she believes in karma and the veneration of our ancestors. And basically, veneration is giving honor to our ancestors. Now, the one thing with karma is she kind of believes, and her karma is an eye for an eye. And biblically, Old Testament, biblically speaking, she's absolutely right. That's what karma calls for, an eye for an eye. But the more I read about karma, because we use the word all the time. What goes around comes around. Oh, it's karma. It's karma. You need to learn what it means. Karma, and I had to look everything up, is the executed deed, work, action, or act, and it is also the object or the intent. It basically, it is your action begets another action. So good in karma will beget good. Evil in karma will beget evil. Vengeance in karma will beget vengeance. So for karma, everything you do is cyclical. It will whatever you do, it's like a boomerang. Whatever you do, it's going to return to you. Which is why with karma, I think you have to be careful. You have to be careful, because if someone does something bad to you, well, that is their karma. So whatever they've done that's bad is going to come back to them. But if you take it upon yourself to get vengeance on this person, well, now you've set yourself up for somebody to get vengeance on you. So now you've got these dueling cycles. And like I said, for me, that's a lot of energy. And it's a lot of energy that I don't want to give to evil. I don't knock her. That's how she feels. But that's how I understand the karma to be. But now what I really, really found interesting, oh my goodness. It's called, yeah, I'm trying to get it together. My mind is not going so fast. But the veneration of our ancestors. And this it started back in Africa, long before there were any religions. Oh my God, it's just, y'all have to forgive me. I picked the one piece of information that has the smallest writing, and I can't see it. I'm so sorry. Wait a minute, I have to switch up. Look at my glasses. They're no line bifocals. They're about to become trifocals. I can't see. If the writing is itty bitty bitty, I can't see that. So please forgive me. But now, according to this article, it says an ancestor is a person from whom one is descended. Biblically, an ancestor is a family member that is passed on. Many cultures, including many in South Africa, define an ancestor as a family member that is living in the world of the dead. His duty is to watch, protect, and bless the remaining family members. That is beautiful. That is so beautiful. And really, this happens with everybody. Like we always say, there's an angel on my shoulder. I have an angel on my shoulder. I believe it's my mother. It just may be. Your mother may be there protecting you from harm, blessing all of your good deeds, telling you, I'm proud of you, baby. That's just beautiful. Now, there are many arguments when it comes to believing in ancestors and believing in God. Now, for many, ancestors are spirited beings, and they do exist. The majority of the so-called Christians do practice these rituals because it's in our roots. We do this all the time. If you think about it, we give honor to our ancestors every time we speak their name. We do a ritualistic honoring of them when we go to the grave site and place flowers on the grave and pray over them and tell them what's going on with the family. We give honor to them when we excel in our lives. Oh, we honor our ancestors all the time. But nobody really thinks about it. You don't think about it until you see it in writing. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. I have to thank you all so much. And Mr. Sidney P Springs, I have not forgotten about you. Let me tell you, this one took me. I have to tell Mr. Sidney P Springs, this one took me there. Because at first I'm like, okay, wait a minute. He believes in a black man. Yeah, I did the church folk thing as opposed to the Christian thing. Like I said, it's a daily journey. We all falter at some point. But I needed to find out his point of view before I could poo-poo it for real. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of information. I found this article on African spirituality. It says, the black man is God and other teachings of the 5% nation. Well, there's a lot of information here. And it says that the 5% nation, also known as the nation of God and earth, teaches that the black man is God, Allah, and supreme. The question that's asked is it the truth? Well, for decades, the 5% nation has taught that the black man is the original man, and we know this is true. So what they couldn't understand is, how are you getting from being original man to being God? Well, here's some of the findings. That the first, that they found that there's a genetic Adam. The first human man that's described in the Bible as far as 300,000 years ago. Their findings also revealed that there was a first woman. So together, this first black man and this first black woman created the human race. So sorry, KKK. So sorry, white supremacists. Not throwing no shade, but the truth is the truth. Also, because the black man is the original man, he is also the father of civilization. We know this. Look at Egypt, ancient Egypt, the pyramids, the Pharaoh's tombs. And you have to look at this. If you look at the Pharaoh's tombs today, you'll find that there's a lot of decay, but mostly in the area of the nose, because the nose was not narrow and pointed. It was rather enlarged. This black man's nose. Now, here's the thing that I thought was so wonderful about the black man as God. The one thing that they truly, truly believe in is that God dwells within the black man. Now, because you see, this 5% nation, it's not a religion. But every spiritual system on the planet teaches that God dwells within us. It doesn't matter if you're a Confucianist, a Taoist, a Hinduist, if you're Catholic, Protestant, if you're a Krishna, everyone believes that God dwells within us. They all believe it. So, if God dwells within the black man, then the black man, yes, is God. If the God dwells in a white man, yes, he's God. But the original man, the black man, that's where they get the belief from. Now, the problem is with this, and they state this, the problem with the black man is that we've been taught to believe that we are not God worthy. The media perpetuates and promotes images of criminality and ignorance among our black youth. One thing that they all have in common is that there's an oppression of European imperialism, British colonization, American capitalism, manifest destiny through crusades, and Christian conversion. Black men are consistently targeted and discriminated against in every American institution, from law enforcement to education to employment. It's hard to feel like a god when people treat you like a dog. That's why black men have been categorized as angry, aggressive, mentally inferior, and prone to criminal behavior. Now, we have to then take it back. And this is what they're saying. As a black man, you have got to start ignoring what people are saying about you and live up to the potential that God has placed within you, because God dwells in you. And I am telling you all, I had the most illuminating experience looking into these ideologies and theologies. You guys, I am telling you, there's nothing better than knowledge. Nothing. And I have to thank, again, Craig Scott, Shirley Kane, and Mr. Sidney P Springs for making me go and do my work and get my knowledge. I thank the three of you all so very much It gives me a better understanding of where you're coming from. And it gives me a better understanding of where I am and how I fit into this whole scheme of things. You guys have been a godsend to me. Don't ever think that you have not. I'm done for the day. So hi, Miss Kendra. Hello, my Donna. Thank you for joining me. And yes, Miss Kendra, we must live up to the potential. We especially have to endow our black men with the sense of their God within. They have to know they are better than what the media says. They're better than dope dealers. They're better than gangbangers. They're better than unemployment. They're better than uneducated. They are just better. We have got to make them know that they're better. Not feel better, but know that they are better. Hey Joyce, how you doing, baby? I am so glad to see you. I hope you're feeling okay. I saw you had a tragedy in the family, and I'm so sorry, and I hope you're feeling better. And if you need anything, now you know I got you. Just let me know. You know, you ain't but about, what, a 30-minute drive. I got you. But, you know, I have kept you all longer than I wanted to, or I thought that I would. But guys, if there's something you don't understand about somebody, or something that they've said, don't just sit there and say they're wrong. Look it up. Go do your homework. Do the research. Now, Mr. Scott is an atheist, but I'm not going to tell him he's wrong for what he believes, because how can I tell him there are no inconsistencies in Christianity when I live it every day? There are inconsistencies everywhere. In my life, there are inconsistencies. I'm supposed to do good and show people love. Cut me off when I'm trying to get somewhere and see if I can cuss you out. I'm human. I'm frail. I try to be the best. And sometimes I fall short. Karma, it exists. It's real. Miss Shirley, I'm not doubting her. I don't disrespect how she feels. I'm not going to disparage it or demean it. I have a different view on it. And that's it. But it's hers. And it's wonderful. Mr. Sidney Springs, your research would have me going. Thank you. Mr. Sidney Springs, I appreciate you coming in, saying what you said, and making me go do the research on belief in the black man. And what I am going to do for those of you that are here, I'm going to give you in the feed, I'm going to go back and put these in the feed. There's information on atheism, on belief of the black man, karma, and worship of your ancestors. If you have the time, I'm sorry, I'm not going to even say if you have the time. Make the time to read this. It's enlightening. It will do a wonder for your spirit. And like I said, I have kept you all longer than I had planned. So I am going to say, I love y'all to life. Thank you for joining me today on your Memorial Day, Celebration Day. And as always, I want you to do everything you can to live your best life. Thank you for the likes and the hugs and the hearts. Thank you for sticking with me when I go through my health issues. I love y'all to life. And you all do everything you can to live your best life. Do your research, y'all. Bye-bye.